Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be tackling AI. You know, it's everywhere these days.
It really is.
So we want to kind of figure out what all the hype is about, but more importantly, how you can actually start learning AI this year, even if you're starting from scratch.
Yeah.
We've got some great advice that we've compiled from experts at DataCamp and Copy.ai to kind of guide us along the way.
It is interesting, isn't it? It used to feel like science fiction, but now it's part of everyday life.
Totally. I was just telling you before we started recording, I've been playing around with ChatGPT for like writing, and it's just mind-blowing.
I know.
But then there's this whole other side of AI that seems so much more complex.
Yeah.
So before we even jump into the how-to, can we just break down what AI actually is?
Okay, so at its simplest, artificial intelligence is about making computer systems that can do things that normally need, like human intelligence.
Okay.
Things like problem solving and understanding language, even recognizing patterns.
Oh, wow. So it's not just about robots taking over the world.
Well, that's the Hollywood version. Right. In reality, what we mostly see today is what's called ANI.
AN?
Yeah, artificial narrow intelligence. So it's AI that's made to do one specific task.
Oh, okay.
Like recommending products you might like or helping your car park itself.
Okay, so that's ANI, the AI that's kind of already here. And DataCamp actually points out that professionals in all kinds of fields are already using AI tools. It's not just for like tech people, which is pretty wild when you think about it.
Yeah, it is. And DataCamp actually found that 62% of leaders think that AI skills are super important, even essential for their team's daily work.
Wow.
So, whether you're in marketing or healthcare or finance, AI is becoming a bigger and bigger deal.
Yeah, that makes sense. But why is AI literacy suddenly so important? What's driving all this demand?
Well, just think about all the data that's being generated every minute.
Oh my gosh.
From social media to shopping online to sensors and stuff.
Yeah.
Businesses need people who can make sense of it all, and AI is the key to unlock those insights.
Right, so it's not just about the tech itself, it's about understanding how to use it to solve actual problems.
Exactly, and that's why learning AI can be such a game changer for your career, no matter what field you're in.
Yeah.
In fact, DataCamp's research shows that AI engineers in the US are earning on average $133,000 a year.
Okay, now I'm officially intrigued.
Right.
But how long does it realistically take to learn this stuff?
Well, it depends on how you want to learn and how deep you want to go.
Okay.
Self-learning could take several months to a year, or even more.
Okay.
But if you go for a university degree, you're looking at 3 to 4 years.
That's a pretty big commitment. Is it even worth it if I don't have a tech background?
Absolutely. DataCamp actually found that 70% of people working in data science don't have a computer science degree.
Oh, wow.
So the key is to just choose a learning path that fits your goals.
Yeah.
And find resources that make it accessible, even if you're starting from scratch.
Okay, so it is possible. But where do I even begin? DataCamp mentions a 3-step plan, so what's step 1?
Well, step 1 is mastering the prerequisites.
Okay.
Don't worry, you don't have to be a math genius, but a basic understanding of math and statistics is really helpful, and a willingness to learn new things.
Okay, got it. Math, stats, and an open mind check. What about step 2?
All right, step 2 is building your specialist AI skills.
Okay.
That involves getting comfortable with programming, understanding data structures, and then diving into machine learning and deep learning.
Whoa, that sounds pretty intimidating.
It might sound like a lot, but DataCamp suggests using a hands-on, project-based approach.
Okay.
So, imagine creating a program that can predict customer behavior or building an app that can recognize images. It's all about learning by doing.
Yeah, okay, I'm starting to see how this could be fun.
Right.
But before we get too far ahead, what about step 3?
So step 3 is getting familiar with the tools of the trade. Think of it like learning how to use a new set of power tools.
Right.
DataCamp recommends Python as the programming language for AI. It's relatively easy to learn. There's tons of helpful libraries.
I've heard of Python. What are libraries, though?
So imagine pre-built tools within Python that are made to make specific tasks easier.
Okay.
So for example, you've got libraries like Pandas that helps you manipulate data. NumPy, it's great for numerical computing. And scikit-learn, which makes machine learning more manageable.
So it's like having a toolkit specifically for building AI solutions.
Exactly. These libraries provide the building blocks so you don't have to start from scratch every time.
Right.
And DataCamp's learning plan actually walks you through how to use them.
All right, so we've got our 3-step plan, but before we dive into all the nitty-gritty details, What are some top tips from the experts? DataCamp and Copy.ai had some great advice. So what are some key things to keep in mind as we kind of embark on this AI adventure?
Both sources really emphasize that choosing your focus is crucial.
Okay.
It's like setting out on a road trip. You need to know where you're going before you can map out your route.
Right. So decide what you want to do with AI first.
Exactly. Are you interested in analyzing data to improve marketing campaigns? Or are you interested in building AI-powered apps? Or maybe you're fascinated by the research side of things. Each path requires slightly different skills.
Okay, that makes sense. And DataCamp also talks about applying your skills to projects. Why is that so important?
Well, it's like learning a musical instrument. Yeah. You can read all the books and watch all the videos, but you won't truly master it until you actually start playing.
Right.
Building projects helps you really solidify your understanding, and it gives you something tangible to show for your efforts.
So it's kind of like building a portfolio of your AI skills, something you can show potential employers.
Absolutely. Nick Singh, who wrote the book Ace the Data Science Interview, actually he was featured in the DataCamp article. And he had this really great analogy for creating a portfolio that stands out. He said that you want to show that your project made an impact and show that other people cared, and that you were trying to find insights that actually impact a business, or were trying to find insights that will actually shape society or create something novel. So basically go beyond just building something cool and show that it solves a problem or makes a difference.
Okay, yeah, that's a really good point. And DataCamp also recommends joining a community as we learn. What's the benefit of that?
Well, it's about connecting with other people who are on the same journey.
Okay.
You can share resources, you can ask questions, you can get support when you hit a roadblock, and DataCamp has its own community, and there are tons of other online forums and groups dedicated to AI.
So it's like having a support group for your AI learning adventure.
Exactly.
I like it.
And finally, the last piece of advice that both DataCamp and Copy.ai share is that you want to embrace continuous learning. The world of AI is constantly evolving, so staying curious and keeping your skills sharp is absolutely crucial.
It's not a one and done situation. It's like constantly pushing your boundaries.
Exactly. That's what makes it so exciting.
Okay, so we've got our 3-step plan. We've got some expert tips and we're feeling pumped. We've laid some groundwork, but what are those specific skills we need to master to actually work with this stuff?
Well, that's where we're headed next. We'll unpack those skills in more detail. We'll explore a sample learning plan, and we'll even dive into how AI is changing the game for businesses.
Awesome. Get ready to level up your AI knowledge. We're just getting started. All right, AI adventurers, welcome back. So last time we talked about why learning AI is so important, and we even got a roadmap of where to start.
Right.
Now it's time to roll up our sleeves and really delve into those specific skills that DataCamp outlined for us.
Yes, those are the building blocks that will help you really understand and work with AI effectively.
Okay, so we had that big list of skills, stats, math programming, and a whole bunch more. It's a little daunting, to be honest.
It can seem overwhelming at first,
Yeah.
but think of it like building a house.
Okay.
You start with a strong foundation, and then you gradually add layers until you have this, complete structure.
Oh, that's a good analogy.
Yeah.
So where do we lay the first brick in our AI foundation?
DataCamp suggests that you want to start with statistics.
Okay.
It's the backbone of AI because it helps us analyze data, find patterns, and draw meaningful conclusions.
Oh, man. I vaguely remember taking a class in college.
Yeah.
It was all about averages and bell curves, right?
That's part of it, but there's a lot more to it in AI. Understanding statistical concepts like distribution, regression, and hypothesis testing is crucial for working with data and, interpreting the results of your AI models.
Okay, so it's not just about crunching numbers. It's about understanding what those numbers are actually telling us about the real world.
Exactly. Let's say you're building an AI system to predict customer churn.
Okay.
The rate at which customers stop using a product or service.
Right.
You'll need to analyze customer data, identify patterns, and use statistical models to predict which customers are most likely to churn.
Okay, I see. I'm starting to see how stats plays a vital role here.
Yeah.
And DataCamp mentioned they have resources to kind of brush up on those skills, right?
Absolutely. They have courses on statistical fundamentals using Python introductory statistics, and even a course on statistics with R.
Oh, cool. So another language commonly used.
Yeah, and data science, yeah.
That's great to know. So if we're feeling a little rusty on our stats knowledge, DataCamp has got us covered.
Exactly.
So what's the next layer in our AI foundation?
Mathematics.
Uh-oh.
I know math can be intimidating for some,
For me.
but DataCamp assures us that we don't need to be a math whiz to succeed in AI.
Okay.
A basic understanding is helpful.
Okay, but how does math actually come into play when we're working with AI?
Well, imagine you're building an AI system to recommend products to customers based on their past purchases. You would need to use math concepts like linear algebra to represent customer preferences and product features as vectors and matrices.
Okay.
These mathematical representations allow AI algorithms to calculate similarities and make accurate recommendations.
So the math is definitely important, but it's not about like solving complex equations by hand. It's about understanding how these mathematical concepts underpin AI algorithms.
Exactly. And again, DataCamp offers resources to help us learn or refresh these math skills. They have courses on linear algebra, calculus, and probability, all tailored for data science and AI.
That's great to know. So we've got our stats and math foundation in place. What's next?
Programming, specifically learning Python.
Ah, Python. I've heard it's like the universal language of AI.
It is. It's incredibly popular in the AI community because it's relatively easy to learn, even for beginners. Plus, there's this vast ecosystem of libraries specifically designed for AI tasks.
Right, we talked about those libraries earlier, those pre-built tools that make specific tasks easier. Yeah.
Exactly. Imagine building a house with prefabricated walls and roof trusses instead of starting with individual planks of wood.
Oh, yeah.
Libraries like Pandas, NumPy, and scikit-learn provide those pre-built components for AI, making development faster and more efficient.
So learning Python is essential if we want to build anything with AI. What does DataCamp offer in terms of like Python training?
They have a few Python programming tracks, including one specifically for data science.
Oh, wow.
So you learn everything from the basics of Python syntax to more advanced concepts like object-oriented programming.
Okay, we're getting into the technical stuff now. So we've got our Python skills, we understand some basic math and stats. What else do we need?
Data structures.
Data structures.
Think of these as ways of organizing and storing data in a computer's memory.
Yeah.
It's like having different containers for different types of ingredients in your kitchen. You wouldn't store flour in the same container as sugar, right?
Right. Different data needs different storage.
Exactly. And some common data structures that you'll encounter in AI are arrays lists dictionaries, and sets. Understanding how to use these efficiently is crucial for writing effective code and working with large data sets.
So it's not just about writing code, it's about organizing our data in a way that makes it easy for our AI algorithm to like process and analyze it.
Precisely. And DataCamp has courses that delve deeper into data structures, including one called Introduction to Data Structures and Algorithms.
All right, so we're building up our AI toolkit. We've got stats math programming with Python and data structures under our belt. What's next on the list?
Data manipulation.
Data manipulation.
This is all about cleaning, transforming, and preparing data for analysis.
Okay.
It's a crucial step because real-world data is often messy and incomplete.
So it's like getting our ingredients ready before we start cooking. We need to wash, chop, measure everything before we can create like a delicious meal.
It's exactly, think of a data set with missing values, inconsistent formatting, or irrelevant information. We need to clean and transform that data into a usable format before we can feed it into our AI models.
That makes sense. Are there any tools that can help us with this data manipulation process?
Absolutely. Python has a powerful library called Pandas, which is specifically designed for data manipulation. It provides functions for cleaning, transforming, merging, and reshaping data, making it an essential tool for any data scientist or AI engineer.
So Pandas is our sous chef helping us prepare the data for our AI feast.
Exactly.
Does DataCamp offer any training on Pandas?
They do. They have several courses on using Pandas for data analysis, including one called Data Manipulation with Pandas.
Perfect data manipulation. Check what's next on our AI skills checklist.
Next up, we have data science.
Data science.
It's a vast field in its own right,
Oh.
but it plays a crucial role in AI because it provides the foundation for understanding data, extracting insights, and building effective AI models.
Data science sounds pretty broad. What exactly do we need to know about data science to work effectively with AI?
Data science encompasses a wide range of techniques and methodologies for collecting, cleaning, analyzing, and interpreting data. It involves understanding statistical concepts, applying machine learning algorithms, and visualizing data to uncover meaningful patterns and insights.
So it's like the art and science of turning raw data into actionable knowledge.
Exactly. Data science helps us understand the story behind the numbers and use that knowledge to build AI systems that can solve real-world problems.
Does DataCamp offer any specific resources for learning data science?
They do. They have several data science career tracks, one using Python and another with R. These tracks cover a wide range of topics, from data visualization and data analysis to statistical modeling and machine learning.
Wow, it sounds like a pretty comprehensive learning path.
It is, but remember, you don't need to become a data science expert overnight. DataCamp's courses are designed to guide you through the process, step by step, starting with the fundamentals and gradually building up to more advanced concepts.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground statistics, math programming with Python data structures, data manipulation, and data science. It's amazing how all these pieces fit together to form the foundation of AI, but there's still two big items on our list: machine learning and deep learning. What's the difference between the two?
Well, think of machine learning as a broader category that encompasses various techniques for teaching computers to learn from data without explicit programming.
So it's about giving computers the ability to learn and adapt, kind of like humans do.
In a way, yes. Machine learning algorithms can analyze data, identify patterns, and use that knowledge to make predictions or decisions.
Can you give us like a real-world example of machine learning in action?
Imagine you're working for a music streaming service, and you want to build a feature that recommends songs to users based on their listening history.
Okay.
You could use a machine learning algorithm to analyze users' listening patterns, identify their preferences, and recommend songs they're likely to enjoy.
That's pretty cool. So machine learning is all about building algorithms that can learn from data. What about deep learning? How does it fit into the picture?
Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that focuses on using artificial neural networks, which are inspired by the structure and function of the human brain.
Okay.
These neural networks consist of layers of interconnected nodes, much like neurons in the brain, that can process and learn from vast amounts of data.
So it's like taking machine learning to the next level using like a more complex and powerful approach.
Exactly. Deep learning is especially well suited for tasks that involve processing complex data, such as images, audio, and text.
Can you give us some examples of how deep learning is being used today?
Sure, some of the most impressive applications of deep learning include self-driving cars, facial recognition systems, natural language processing models like ChatGPT, and even medical diagnosis tools that can detect diseases from images.
Wow, it sounds like deep learning is driving some incredible breakthroughs in AI. Does DataCamp offer any resources for learning deep learning?
They do. They have a deep learning track that covers the fundamentals of neural networks, popular deep learning frameworks like PyTorch and TensorFlow, and practical applications of deep learning in various domains.
Okay, so we finally covered all those specialist AI skills that DataCamp recommends. It's been an intense but fascinating journey so far.
It's true, we've laid a strong foundation, but the learning doesn't stop here. DataCamp suggests putting our skills to the test by tackling some hands-on projects. They have several project ideas ranging from classifying images with deep learning to building a chatbot using natural language processing techniques.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm starting to get really excited about the possibilities of AI.
That's the spirit. Remember, learning AI is a continuous journey of exploration and discovery.
So what's next on our AI adventure?
In the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore DataCamp's suggested learning plan in more detail, discover how to navigate the exciting world of AI for business, and even get some career advice for aspiring AI professionals.
Sounds amazing.
No.
I can't wait. Welcome back, everyone. We've been on quite the AI learning journey, hasn't we? We've explored what AI is and why it's important, and we even started building up our specialist skill set.
It's been a journey.
It has been, but now we're going to shift gears a bit and focus on how to actually use this knowledge, to make a real impact
Right.
in your work, in your career. Thankfully, both DataCamp and Copy.ai offer some great guidance on that front.
They do. DataCamp really emphasizes that it's not just enough to understand the tech itself.
Right.
You need to know how to use it strategically,
Yeah.
to actually solve business problems.
So it's not about becoming like an AI coding wizard or anything.
Right.
It's about understanding how to use these tools to actually achieve like real business goals.
Exactly. They suggest that you want to start by having a very clear understanding of your objectives.
Okay.
What are the biggest challenges you're facing? What outcomes are you trying to achieve? Once you figure that out, you can start exploring which AI tools can actually help you get there.
So it's like having a toolbox full of these powerful tools.
Right.
But you need to know which tool is right for the job.
Exactly.
DataCamp mentioned they have resources for this, right?
They do. They offer courses on AI for business, and they even have a skill track called AI Business Fundamentals.
Cool.
It's designed to help you understand how AI can be used across different business functions,
Okay.
like marketing or finance operations.
So we've got our business goals in mind. We're ready to dive into the world of AI tools. Where do we even begin? What are some essential tools or platforms we should know about?
Well, DataCamp highlights several key areas where AI is already making big waves.
Okay.
For example, generative AI tools like ChatGPT are revolutionizing the way that we create content and interact with customers.
Oh, yeah. ChatGPT is definitely the buzzword of the moment. It seems like everyone's using it for everything.
Now it's everywhere.
Writing marketing, copy composing emails, you name it.
It's true. These large language models like ChatGPT have made AI way more accessible, than ever before. They're super versatile. They can automate tasks that used to take tons of time and resources.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. But are there any downsides to using these tools?
Well, DataCamp does point out that it's important to be aware of the limitations of these tools.
Okay.
While they can be incredibly powerful, they're not perfect.
Right.
So it's really crucial to review and edit anything that's generated by AI, making sure it aligns with your brand's voice and messaging.
So it's about using AI as a tool to enhance our capabilities, not to completely replace human judgment or creativity.
Exactly. And remember, new AI tools and platforms are always emerging.
Right.
So DataCamp recommends exploring resources like their generative AI tools landscape cheat sheet to stay up to date with the latest advancements.
So we need to be mindful of the limitations and we need to stay informed.
Yes.
What else should we keep in mind when we're applying AI in business?
DataCamp highlights the importance of ethical considerations.
Okay.
AI should always be used responsibly and in a way that benefits businesses and society as a whole.
Yeah, that's a really important point. As AI becomes more and more integrated into our lives, we really have to make sure that we're using it ethically and responsibly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now let's switch gears a little bit and talk about career paths in AI.
Okay.
We mentioned roles like data scientist, machine learning engineer, and research scientist.
Right.
DataCamp has a really helpful table that summarizes the key skills and tools needed for each of these roles.
Yeah, cool. So if we're thinking about, pursuing a career in AI, we can use that table as a guide to kind of tailor our learning paths.
Exactly.
What else does DataCamp recommend for aspiring AI professionals?
Well, they stress the importance of continuous learning.
Okay.
AI is a rapidly evolving field, so you want to stay up to date with the latest trends and technologies.
Yeah.
That's crucial for career success.
Mm.
And they offer a ton of resources to support your ongoing education.
Oh, cool.
You've got advanced courses, skill tracks, even career coaching services.
That's awesome. It's nice to know there are resources to kind of help us navigate this whole ever-changing landscape.
Yeah. And they also mention certifications.
Oh, right. Are those valuable in the AI world?
Yeah. They highlighted their own AI fundamental certification as a way to demonstrate your knowledge and skills to potential employers.
Okay.
It covers a wide range of AI concepts, and it validates your ability to use them in real-world scenarios.
So it's a way to kind of prove to employers that you've got the skills to succeed in an AI role.
Exactly what's involved in getting this certification.
Yeah, what IS involved.
Well, the process involves completing a bunch of courses
Okay.
and then passing an exam
Okay.
that assesses your understanding of core AI concepts, your skills in using AI tools and techniques, and your ability to solve AI-related problems.
Seems challenging, but worthwhile.
It is, especially if it can give you a leg up, in the job market.
Totally. And, whether you're aiming for a specific AI role or just looking to use AI in your current work, the learning journey is super rewarding.
It is. I completely agree. I've learned so much just going through all this research for this deep dive.
Me too.
It makes me want to explore this world even more.
Totally. So as we wrap up this episode,
Yeah.
we want to leave you with a final thought.
Okay.
What problem are you curious about solving with AI? What impact do you want to make on the world with these powerful tools?
It's really exciting to think about all the possibilities.
It is.
And I encourage you to keep exploring, keep learning, keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
I love it.
The future is full of amazing opportunities.
Yeah.
And AI will play such a huge part in shaping it.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
Thanks, everyone.
We hope this episode has kind of sparked your curiosity and empowered you to start your own AI learning journey.